What's going down, y'all? Just chiming in for another video, kind of like a product review, so to speak, or at least how to use this tool, how I use it. I've seen people online using this one. I think I bought this from, again, LSX Innovations. It's a spring compressor tool for your valves and the valve springs and all that. So, wasn't as easy to use as people make it seem online, and at least for my particular build with my dual springs. I don't know. I watched one video. I don't know how the guy was getting it done. Um, Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. But I mean, I would think that I'm following exactly what I've seen done before. However, on one spring, I tried for a while to get it to work, and it wasn't working correctly. I couldn't get the spring down far enough and torque it down far enough without the possibility of the bolt bending or whatnot. So, anyways, just a quick one. I'm using the BTR, if you can see it right here. Yeah, BTR spring kit, valve spring kit. This is a 660 spring kit. It comes with your double springs here and all of your seals, if you can see it there, seals, locators, retainers, clips, and all these little clips as well. Actually, really good kit, y'all. I've never had anything this nice as far as in my heads go, so I'm excited about these. My other ones that I did were just Pac 12 18 springs. I think they're good to maybe 600 lift. So these are good to 660 for my work. Should work well good with my TSP cam. So basically, what you do is you want to use some oil, okay, and you want to be generous with this oil. It doesn't take much, but yeah, you just basically just want to lube it up here. Hold on. Let's see. Give it a little bit of oil on that thread, and then what the oil does is that'll kind of keep it from grinding and stripping and all that. So, and then you screw that in there like that. And you want to screw it all the way down so that way it doesn't have less opportunities to bend and break and whatnot. I already have the bottom like locators. I don't know if they're called locators or seats or whatever. I think they're called the seats, and then you got the retainers. And so what you have to do is this here is actually just wide enough for the seals, and I use that to kind of beat them down. You want to be careful though. You want to make sure you get it like just the right size, because you don't want to like beat it all the way down and ruin the valve seals. So what's next? Okay, so then you got to take your valve stem. Where is my? I'm missing something here. Oh, there it is. Okay, then you want to take your valve stem here, lift it up, and so I got all these marked. So this is the number 2 valve stem, and I also lapped all these valves as well. And what I do is I just take some oil. I don't know if you can see this way over here. Maybe you can. And I just put it on this rag like this, and then I just lube this so that way it goes in there easier. Kind of like so. So like that. Then I lift this up here, insert it inside. Then you have your rag, and you want to put this right here down on it so it stays up. So you want to keep that up so when you're compressing it, the valve doesn't go down. Then you take your spring, and so what I do is I push these. You can move these springs in and out like that. And what I do is I actually get it all the way down so it's flush. That way when you put it down, the locator, the seat actually kind of, then the spring kind of finds itself along the seat. So that's what I do. I don't know if that helps, but I'm sure it does. And what I do, this is where I kind of figured it out on the first one. So, and I did them this way on all the rest. So if you can see here on these, they're kind of like springs or coils basically. And so at the highest part of the coil is where I actually put it right here. So that way when I put this down, I'm at the highest part of the coil. Because when I was tightening them all the way down, I had trouble with this end getting down far enough so I could put the lock retainers in. So instead it was like this, and so I couldn't this thing here wouldn't push down far enough on it to get it down. So I actually just flip them around, and this seems to work. Also, there's another trick that I do. So but anyways, I put this down. I put little tape on it so that way I wouldn't mess up these little, I don't know what those are called, retainers or whatever. And I put it in like that. I also put this little cardboard piece in here as well on top of the head so I don't scratch it or anything. So I forgot to put this on. So make sure you put this on too, as I almost forgot. Alright, so now we're good. So what I did to kind of help remedy that is I put this little small washer in and underneath here like this. And when I was able to tighten it down, it helped me get it down far enough and flat and flush, and that's what helped to get it down. So also one other thing you want to do is when you're, the main problem with these two is when you're tightening them down, this spring will want to walk on you. It'll walk this way, that way, whatever you have it set, it'll kind of go a certain way as you're tightening it down, and it won't go down flush, and then you won't be able to get these little locks in there. So what I do is I pull this out a little bit. So when I look at the valve stem, and so right now the part of this hole is actually pushed forward, so I got the spring pushed forward a little bit here, and I gotta hold it. So when I tighten this down like this, then as I'm pressing it down, it'll kind of move forward, and then I'll be centered on the valve stem. Because if I don't, then as I'm tightening down, it'll just want to walk on me, and it won't be centered. So you kind of got to hold it and tighten it down. And right now I'm still kind of a little off, so I got to push it, pull it towards me again. And if you guys can see, this is what I'm talking about. Let me move this camera. So that's what I'm talking about right here. So I had to push it forward a little bit, so that way as this thing compresses, the spring wants to move forward. And so when I pull it this way, then as it's going down, it's actually going down and centering itself out as I'm holding it. So that's what I'm trying to do. You want to get this down far enough, way down, so you can put those little lockers in there. So here, let me set this camera back. There. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can get this on the first try. Usually it kind of takes me a couple tries. And you know, again, this is a do-it-yourself at home. This might not be the right way you guys do it. Again, you might have different ways to do this. You might have better tools, but this is a kind of like do-it-yourself at home deal. And this is the way I do it, y'all. So, I mean, I don't mind paying money for tools, but stuff that I had to use one time, you know, what's the use of buying it if you're only going to use it once? So I'm not sure, and so what I do is I kind of test it and see if it's down far enough. Oh, see, that washer came out in the back, so now I gotta back it up. So I'm just gonna let this play real time so you guys can kind of see how I do it. There ain't no tricks, no nothing. This is just how I roll. try this again. So I put this in there like that, and I have it on the flat part of the spring. Pull it forward a little bit. That way when I tighten it down, it'll want to walk back to where it was on me. But I'm kind of holding it. And again, hopefully you guys can see this. So I just want to make sure that washer stays where it's at. And I continue to work with this. And yeah, it can be kind of a bitch. To do, but that washer's helped save everything. So now it's going down flat. I'm trying to get it down far enough. So now put these little locks in there. All right, so now they're down deep enough. If you can't get them down deep enough, you can go kind of one more turn and then they should like fall right in as they are right now. And now you just slowly kind of back off. And then they should, well, I think I'm tightening it. And then they should go right and lock themselves right on that valve. If you can see. They fall right into place. So that was that washer that just fell. And now we are good to go. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a process using this. And it was only 20 bucks, and I don't know. Would I buy it again? Maybe. I kind of wouldn't mind actually just getting the other one where there's another one where you put them, it locates or it mounts right here. And then there's another hole that mounts here. You tighten that down and it basically compresses both of the springs at the same time. That kind of seems a little bit more legit. A little bit easier to deal with, and so I would probably opt to doing that one instead. Also, this one kind of leaves little scratches on it. It's not scratches, but this is actually kind of like a coating in black, and it kind of removes that. So, but it is what it is. It's in there now, and then you want to do one like little kind of tap. Make sure those lockers like lock themselves in to the valve, and then you're good to go. So that is pretty much it, y'all. I'm almost done with this side of the head, and but they look good in there. I'm excited about them. So anyways, that's the way that I do it, or I've been doing it. Again, that's kind of my review on it. I don't know if I would get it again. I really don't know. It's cheap, sure, but for the amount of times I went to the store to try to buy washers and new nuts, because this is my third nut I think I've used so far, and I got a package of more because I'm trying to keep the nuts fresh on it and have them not strip. And so I don't know. It's just, I don't know if I buy it again, but I have it now, and I might as well just use it and stick with it. So anyways, wanted to show y'all what's up, and once I get these all done, I'll be able to install them. But these heads are all painted and looking fresh and clean and clean and clean. So yeah, it's gonna look really, really good. So the only thing I didn't paint is here, but you're not gonna see that because exhaust manifold's covering it up. So all right, y'all, I'll holla at you later.